It's time for Medford Rogues Baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues Baseball. Calling all the action tonight, here's Jonathan Kerman.
Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call for the first few innings. Brian Schnee will be on later to join us. It is Brian Schnee's 26th birthday. Here at Harry and David Field, we have a terrific matchup between the first place Medford Rogues and the Portland Pickles come to town, first of a 3-game series between the two teams. Rogues come into this one, record of 20-8. Portland Pickles, a game under 500, 13-14. Medford Rogues coming off a 6-2 win that capped off a series sweep of the Marysville Gold Sox last night. Alex Isola had a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. Starting pitcher Cole Percival went 7 strong innings, giving up just 2 earned runs and struck out 6. We'll head to the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report. Valley Immediate Care is a proud sponsor of our Rogues broadcast team. Valley Immediate Care has locations in both North and South Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, and Brookings, offering urgent care, occupational health, physicals, laser services, and more. Head to valley-ic.com for more information. Jake Gazzo still nursing a sore ankle. Connor Konishi nursing a sore left leg. He'll be out today. That is going to do it for the pregame injury report. Valley Immediate Care keeps our players in tip-top shape. We appreciate them working on our players day in and day out. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I have a quick interview with Cole Percival, last night's starting pitcher. And in just a few minutes, we will have the starting lineups and the first pitch from Harry and David Field. Again, you're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Game 1 between the Medford Rogues and the Portland Pickles. Stick around. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm here with last night's starting pitcher, Cole Percival. Cole, you went 7 strong innings, giving up just 2 earned runs. You struck out 6. What did you think worked last night?
Just actually pitching, not just throwing the ball, which is a big adjustment from high school. But really varying my looks with runners on base, quicking up to the plate, giving my catcher a chance, and just pounding the zone. After that first inning, I gave up a home run, but after that I knew how to work and was able to blank them for the remaining 6 innings. And I think that was the biggest thing, just mixing up the pitches, the looks, and the picks, just keeping them close, keep the running game down. And I think that was really, really big.
So you gave up that 2-run home run in the beginning, in the first inning, but Coach Hogan stuck with you, believed in you. As a pitcher, if you get rocked in the first inning or early on in the game, how do you put that behind you to continue pitching later on in the game?
I think that especially if it happens in the first, you got to think that you still have plenty of game left to go, and which is exactly what I knew, of course, we're a very high scoring team. So I knew that, that's 2 runs, and we're going to score probably 6 to 8 in a game like we always do. So, it was early on, but after that, just pound the zone and throwing up 6 zeros. If I can do that, I know we're going to win the game because we can hit.
What do your days look like? What's your training regimen on your off days to keep you ready for the next time that you go out to pitch?
Well, I do. I go to the gym. I try to get to the gym every single day. But of course, I'm not at home, so we've been trying to adjust up here. We've been making it as much as we can. I have just my simple arm care exercises. I try to fit in yoga actually as much as I can to stay flexible, and it really helps with my legs actually, because a few times, especially if I haven't thrown in a while, my legs will tighten up a little bit when I'm throwing, and I don't want that to happen because it's pretty painful when you're trying to pitch. So I don't want anything to hold me back. Just getting rid of the pain in the arm after simple exercises. Do them every day. Stay healthy. That's the goal. I only really ice when I absolutely need to, and it's been working so far. So I'm feeling good today after the start, and it's going to be the routine from here on out.
All right, thanks so much, Cole.
Thank you. Yep, no problem.
We'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Just a few minutes away from getting underway here at Harry and David Field. However, we have a special ceremonial first pitch. Brian Schnee is out on the mound, throwing the first pitch to Ryan Carl. Throws a strike on the outside part of the plate while holding his 8-pound dog, Barley. Adorable little thing. And now Brian is going to get high fives from all the team members as he walks off the plate. Just a great moment on his 26th birthday. Getting fist bumps. Oh, and he gets pied! Brian Schnee just got pied in the face. Jordan Reagan went up for the high five with his left hand, and with his right, Brian Schnee never saw it coming. A pie to the face for the Rogues broadcaster, as his dog Barley licks off the whipped cream from his face. We're going to go ahead and get to the starting lineups here at Harry and David Field. The defensive alignment for your Medford Rogues: behind Brett Walker. At third, Davis DeLorphis. At short, Bryce Tilton. At second, Jaden Hanna. At first, Johnny De La Cruz. Behind the plate, catching Brett Walker tonight, is Alex Isola. Isola will face the 13 and 14 Portland Pickles. Their starting lineup is as follows. Leading off, Colin Rubinho. Batting second, Tate Budnick. Batting third, Daniel Lopez. Batting in the cleanup spot, Xander Clark. Batting fifth, Matt Hardy. Batting sixth, Matt Starkovich. Batting seventh, Cody Fallon. Batting eighth, Alec Layton. And batting ninth, Bobby Kinney. On the mound for the Portland Pickles, Donovan Balducci. So we're just a few minutes away from getting underway. What a great sight to see. The game day crew cleans up the whipped cream off of the dirt in front of the Medford Rogues dugout. Brian Schnee just got pied in the face. I had a sky-high view. That was certainly a sight to behold. You can see more pictures and videos from that on our Facebook page a little later on this evening. Brian Schnee's 26th birthday also here at Harry and David Field. Bark in the Park, one of our most popular promotions last year, and it looks to be a very popular one, this one, today. Full ballpark here. Fans got to bring their dogs to the ballpark to enjoy some Rogues baseball for just $5 for their dog. All sales from the tickets for the dogs benefit So Humane, which is a local nonprofit organization here in the Rogue Valley that helps dogs and cats find a good home. So it's all for a great cause. The first 500 fans also received a special doggy bag gift from 24-Hour Star Bodyworks. The color guard marching out onto the field. We will have the rendition of the national anthem in just a few minutes. And then we're all set to get underway here at Harry and David Field. Again, between your first place Medford Rogues and the 13 and 14 Portland Pickles. Now, if you missed it on our Facebook page, summercollegiatebaseball.com released their top 30 college summer baseball teams, summercollegiatebaseball.com. And coming in at number 23 was your Medford Rogues. So that was quite an honor, a very exciting announcement to find that out. Actually, I have to thank Taylor Frost for retweeting that initially. That's where we picked it up. CollegiateSummerBaseball.com ranked the Medford Rogues the number 23 program in the nation. Over 600 collegiate summer baseball programs were ranked in this survey. I'm not sure exactly what the parameters were, but however you cut it, Medford Rogues are number 23 in the nation. Up there with some of the elite baseball programs, again, the Cape Cod League, the Golden State League, the NECBL, and others. So just an honor to be mentioned alongside those programs. A testament really to what Coach Josh Hogan, assistant coach Jeff Lyle, pitching coach Christian Coronado, acting general manager Carolyn Birch, and everyone here with the Medford Rogues are really a testament to the hard work that they put in, the amount of love and dedication that they pour into this job, into this organization, the Medford Rogues. National anthem has been sung as the kids run off the ballpark getting their fist bumps from the players. Brett Walker steps on to the mound for the Medford Rogues. Brett Walker is local of Riverside, California. Brian Schnee just gave me a quick fist bump, and he looks so happy right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, first pitch from Harry and David Field. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank, we put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com. First pitch from Brett Walker is a called ball. 1-0 the count to Colin Rubinho. Here's the next pitch from Brett Walker. That one's high and outside. 2-0 the count. This live stream brought to you by Medford Rogues on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Thank you all so much for joining us. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1 to Colin Rubinho, the second baseman for the Pickles this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be fouled off the first base side, giving chases De La Cruz. That's going to fall into the berm. 2-2 the count. Medford Rogues wearing their classic pinstripe jerseys with the white Rogues across the chest in green lettering. Portland Pickles in their away grays with green lettering, light green. That pitch called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Brett Walker has himself the first strikeout of the game. And with that strikeout, the Rogues like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of the Medford Rogues Baseball Club. With that strikeout, Rogue Credit Union will donate $10 to Access to help strike out hunger. First pitch swinging by Tate Butnick. That one's hit up the middle for a single. So that'll bring up Daniel Lopez playing shortstop for the Pickles this evening. Daniel Lopez hitting .270 on the year in 24 games. Has 24 runs in 24 games for the Pickles. Tate Budwick, on first. Here's the pitch. Curveball that drops out of the zone. 1-0 the count. Just getting underway here at Harry and David Field, top of the first inning. Brett Walker on the mound, already with a strikeout to lead off this game. Walker looks over at first. De La Cruz holding on Budwick. Now comes home. That one's hit well to center field. Going back on his Connor Lowry. Still going back. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Xander Clark.
Next up for the Pickles, left fielder number 24, Xander Clark.
Xander Clark, just 10 games with the Pickles, but he's been good, to say the least. .548 batting average, 13 runs, 23 hits, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs in just 10 games. Easily the most dangerous hitter for the Pickles. Here's the first pitch from Walker. Off speed, that's just outside. Isola trying to frame it. No dice, 1-0 the count. Tate Budnick still at first. De La Cruz holding him on. Here's the pitch to the right-handed batter from Walker. Off speed, again, just missing the outside part of the plate. 2-0. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Just getting underway here at Harry and David Field at Bark in the Park night. Plenty of fans, plenty of dogs in attendance today on a beautiful Friday evening. Here's the 2-0 from Walker. Fastball, that is it up the middle for a base hit. Xander Clark continues to do what Xander Clark does. So first and second for the Pickles here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up the DH, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy batting just .229 on the year. Does have 4 stolen bases on the year, however, in just 10 games. Walker looks back at second, now comes home. That one's hit foul high off the first base side. 0-1 the count. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on the live stream wherever you may be, whether that's here in the Rogue Valley or across the nation. Just happy to bring you Rogues baseball. Walker looks back. Now here's the pitch to Hardy. Curveball missed. Alex Isola tried to backpick Xander Clark at first, but bobbled the ball on the transfer, so no throw. 1-1 the count to Matt Hardy. If you're just joining us, top of the first inning, no score. Runners on first and second for the Pickles, 2 outs. Matt Hardy at the plate. Here's the pitch from Walker. That one's inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Brian Schnee has just returned to the broadcast booth after being pied in the face after his ceremonial first pitch. Today is Brian Schnee's 26th birthday. He'll be on later in the call. When he first came up here, here's the 2-1 from Walker. That one swung on, hit sharply to Bryce Tilton. Tilton underhand throw over to Hanna at second to get the force. So 2 hits, no runs, no errors in the top of the first inning. We head to the home half of the first. No score here at Harry David Field. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Joey Morgan was selected in the 3rd round by the Detroit Tigers.
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the first inning, no score here at Harry and David Field. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Brian Schnee will be with you in just a few innings. Leading things off for the Rogues, who else? Davis DeLorfis. First pitch from Donovan Balducci, outside. 1-0 the count. Here's the next pitch. That one is hit well right at the third baseman. Bobby Kane fires it over to Kinney, fires it over to first in time to retire DeLorfis. 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Starting lineup for your Medford Rogues, leading things off, Davis DeLorfis. Batting second, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. At third, batting third, Alex Isola. Batting fourth, Johnny De La Cruz. Batting fifth, Jake Helwig. Batting sixth, Connor Lowry. Seventh is Jaden Hanna. Batting eighth, Dante Gutierrez. Rounding out the lineup for the Rogues is Bryce Tilton. First pitch is very high to Clay Valenzuela-Reese, 1-0. Those of you just joining us on the live stream, Brian Schnee will be with you in just a few innings. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. That ball is hit off to the first base side and foul out of play, 1-1. Brian Schnee's 26th birthday is today, so I'd like you to join us in wishing Brian a happy birthday. He threw out the ceremonial first pitch, and then when he was getting high fives from the players, got pied in the face by Jordan Reagan. That pitch, high, fastball, 2-1 the count. There's a picture on our Twitter. Brian Schnee came up after the pieing, stopped in, said hi, took a quick pick. Here's the next pitch. Swung on, hit well, but right at the second baseman who bobbles it off his glove. Not going to have time to get Valenzuela-Reese. So Valenzuela-Reese is aboard on the air to the shortstop, Colin Rubinho. And that'll bring up the Iceman, Alex Isola. Alex Isola, in the 5th inning of last night's game, hit a 3-run home run over the left field fence. It was a go-ahead 3-run home run. The game was tied 2-2 at that time. Isola put the Rogues up for good. First pitch to Isola is low, ball 1. Next pitch, swung on, hit well to right field. It's going to be right at the right fielder. Had a little trouble picking it up in the sun, but makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Next up for the Rogues, first baseman and cleanup hitter number 10, Johnny De La Cruz.
That'll bring up Johnny De La Cruz, Rogues are facing Donovan Balducci from Lane Community College, where he plays with Jaden Han. I assume those two exchange words before the game. Donovan Balducci, 2.7 ERA, but just 3 1/3 innings pitched so far, making his first start of the year for the Pickles. Pitches outside to De La Cruz, 1-0 the count. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at first. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, no score. Just getting underway here at Harry and David Field. Bark in the park night. All to benefit So Humane. Here's the pitch. That one's hit well, right at center field, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Alec Layton. That'll do it for the Rogues. We head to the top of the second inning. Rogues leave Valenzuela-Reese at first. No score. We head to the top of the second inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Most do-it-yourselfers know that if you do it yourself, you get more for your money. At No Frills Flooring, get the absolute best prices on carpet, vinyl, hardwood, laminate, natural stone, porcelain tile, and granite slabs for countertops. No Frills Flooring is a wholesale supplier of floor covering materials targeted to serving the construction industry and do-it-yourselfers. With a large selection of the most desired products available at the lowest prices, they want to help you with your project. Stop in one of their stores located on Ross Anley Drive in Medford or E Street in Grants Pass, or visit NoFrillsFlooring.com. When No Frills says more floors, they mean it.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call for the first few innings. Brian Schnee will be on later in the call. We are in the top of the second inning. No score here. Brett Walker on the mound for your Medford Rogues. Stepping into the batter's box, Matt Starkovich. First pitch to Starkovich. Ball just low. So Starkovich, Cody Fallon, and Alec Layton are the 3 up for the Pickles. Next pitch from Brett Walker is a fastball that just misses. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Walker. That one also outside, same location, still a ball. So quickly 3-0 to Starkovich with Cody Fallon, waiting on deck. That is not Cody Allen, the closer for the Cleveland Indians. Here's a 3-0 from Walker. That one's high. So a 4-pitch walk to lead off the second. Pickles have a leadoff man on.
Cody Fallon.
Cody Fallon batting .241 on the year in just 11 games. 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs. Does have 10 strikeouts on the year. Walker looks at first, now comes home. Pitches low, ball 1. Brian Schnee threw out the ceremonial first pitch today. And then got pied in the face while he was giving high fives to the Rogues. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 the count. If you'd like to see a picture of Brian Schnee as he was cleaning off all of that whipped cream, head to our Twitter, Medford Rogues. Here's the 1-1, going on the pitch and swinging. Not going to be in time. So Matt Starkovich ran on the pitch. It's a stolen base. Cody Fallon swung on the high fastball and missed. Looks like it was meant to be a run and hit. So now runner at second, nobody out for the Pickles. 0-1 the count to Cody Fallon. Walker looks in, gets the sign from Alex Isola, comes set at the hip, looks back again, now comes home. That one is hit high and over the press box. 0-2. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trucks are the folks at Bill's Glass. Walker is set. Here's the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one inside. No, and it hits him. It hits Cody Fallon. An off-speed pitch that just got the jersey of Cody Fallon. That'll bring up Alec Layton. Alec Layton batting .287 on the year. 25 hits, 20 runs scored in 22 games. Also has 12 stolen bases on the year. So he can run. Starkovich at second, Cody Fallon at first. Here's the pitch. The bunt laid down, fielded by Walker, only plays at first, makes the play. So the sacrifice bunt is successful by Alec Layton.
Except for the Pickles, number 42, third baseman Bobby Kinney.
And that'll bring up Bobby Kinney, the third baseman. Kinney batting .286 on the year. 18 hits, 13 runs in 21 games. Rounding out the order for the Pickles, Colin Rubinho, who struck out looking to lead off the game for the Pickles, is on deck. Here's the first pitch from Walker. That one's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Isola. 1-0 the count. Starkovich at third, Cody Allen at second. Pickles don't have a hit in this inning. It was a walk and a hit by pitch and then a sacrifice bunt by Alec Layton. No score, top of the second. 1 out. Here's the 1-0. Low. 2 balls, no strikes. Walker looks in. The runners take their lead. Walker set. Now comes home. That one inside. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Wind blowing from left to right field. Picking that up on the Nat mics. Here's the next pitch. That one's low, so a 4-pitch walk to Bobby Kinney, the second one of the inning given up by Brett Walker.
Except for the Portland Pickles second baseman, number 40, Colin Rubinho.
So the bases are now loaded for Colin Rubinho, who struck out back in the first inning. Jaden Hanna, Brett Walker, and Alex Isola having a quick conversation on the mound. Everyone gets set, and we are ready to play baseball. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the second inning. Colin Rubino at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one is a fastball just missing. 1-0 the count. Alex Isola holding the glove out there, waiting for the strike to be called. Nothing doing from the home plate umpire. Tyler Ferguson. Here's the next pitch. Fastball, same location, again outside. Isola getting a little frustrated that he's not getting the calls. Josh Hogan getting a little frustrated that his pitcher's not getting the calls. So 2-0. Here's the pitch from Walker. That one's high. 3 balls and no strikes. Matt Starkovich at third, Cody Fallon at second, Bobby Kinney at first. And it's a 4-pitch walk. So everyone moves up 90 feet. The Portland Pickles have their first run across without getting a hit in the inning. And that'll bring up Tate Budnick. Singled back in the first. So Christian Coronado is going to go out and have a quick conversation with Brett Walker. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on the Medford Rogues website, medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Just a quick conversation between pitching coach Christian Coronado, catcher Alex Isola, and pitcher Brett Walker. We're all set to continue the top of the first inning. Bases still loaded. 1 across for the Pickles already in this inning. 1-0. They're on top. Here's the first pitch to Tate Budnick. Called strike, and the fans give a rousing applause to the home plate umpire for calling a strike. 0-1 the count to Tate Budnick. Cody Fallon at third, Bobby Kinney at second, Colin Rubino at first, all on walks. Next pitch in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Bark in the park night here at Harry and David Field. A little bit of barking already going on between home plate umpire Tyler Ferguson and head coach Josh Hogan. 1-1 the count to Tate Budnick with the bases loaded here in the top of the second. The pitch. Called strike, and the fans cannot believe it. A second strike has been called by Tyler Ferguson. Oh boy, I always love when the fans are into the ballgame. That's just makes the experience so much better for the fans, the players, me in the broadcast booth, and I'm sure those of you at home as well. 1-2 to Tate Budnick. That one's outside, evening the count 2 apiece. Bases loaded, top of the second. 1 out, already 1 across for the Pickles, 1-0. Brett Walker trying to get out of a jam. Here's the pitch from Brett Walker. That one is outside. Running the count full, 3-2. Walker takes a couple moments to collect himself, is now set. Full count to Tate Budnick. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that is hit softly to left field. Johnny De La Cruz takes a step back, couple steps back, should be deep enough to score. The pitch is going to be cut off by De La Cruz. The run scores. So a sacrifice fly to Johnny Cruz, the left fielder, brings home Cody Fallon. 2 across for the Portland Pickles, and they don't have a hit in the inning. That'll bring up Daniel Lopez, who flied out to center back in the first. Advancing to third on the play is Bobby Kinney, so runners on the corners for the Pickles, 2 out, top of the second inning. First pitch to Bobby Kinney, a called strike. 0-1 the count. Bobby Kinney batting .286 on the year, 18 hits in 21 games, 13 runs, 11 RBIs, 12 stolen bases. A lot of stolen bases on this team. Brett Walker fires over to first. Back in time is Colin Rubinho. So it's clear that this team likes to run. Be interesting to see how much running they do. They already have a stolen base, but with Alex Isola behind the plate, he throws guys out like it's his day job. 1-1. The count now. That pitch was low and outside. To Daniel Lopez. 2 outs, top of the second inning. 2-0, Pickles on top. Brett Walker on the mound, fires over to first again, sliding back in safely, Colin Rubinho. And we'll do this again. Again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here on the live stream. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call. Brian Schneal will be on in just a few innings. Still cleaning out the whipped cream from his face. Next pitch from Walker. Off speed, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. The fans are loving it. That outside part of the plate was not being called a strike earlier in this game. Now it is. 1-2 to Daniel Lopez. Walker looks over at first. Comes home, running on the play, and it's going to go through the left side of the field, for a hit. So the first hit of the game, first hit of the inning for the Pickles, Daniel Lopez scores Bobby Kinney. It's a 3-run inning for the Pickles so far. Advancing to second, Colin Rubinho. And that'll bring up Xander Clark, who, as we mentioned back in the first inning when he singled, Xander Clark has been absolutely crushing the ball since joining the Portland Pickles. 23 hits, 13 runs, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs in just 10 games. Tack on another hit here in game number 11. Here's the first pitch to Clark outside. 1 balls and no strikes. Xander Clark playing left field for the Pickles today. Tall right-handed batter. Looks like a major leaguer already. Here's the pitch from Brett Walker. That one's hit well, and it's going to fall for a hit. And that one's going to roll all the way to the wall. It's right in between Johnny De La Cruz and Clay Valenzuela-Reese. 1 run scores, 2 score. So a stand-up double for Xander Clark brings home Colin Rubinho. And Daniel Lopez clears the bases. So it's now a 5-run inning for the Portland Pickles. Still 2 outs. Second hit of the day for Xander Clark. That'll bring up Matt Hardy, who hit into a fielder's choice back in the first. That one's hit high, very high, to right field. Coming under it and making the catch is Jake Helwig to end the inning. However, 5 runs come across for the Pickles on just 2 hits. We head to the home half of the second inning. Your Rogues have some work to do. They're down 5-0. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman. Stick around. We've got plenty of baseball left. Rogues fans, if you're looking for a used car or truck, why not head to the dealer that will give you the best quality vehicle at the best price? Crater Lake Ford uses real-time tracking software to research similar makes within hundreds of miles to give you the best car shopping experience while saving you time and money. Crater Lake Ford. Right cars and trucks, right prices, right experiences. Visit CraterLakeFord.com today. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. 5-run top of the second inning for the Portland Pickles. So the Rogues have some work to do. Stepping up now is left-handed batter Jake Helwig. First pitch to Helwig is outside, ball 1. Jake Helwig, Connor Lowry, and Jaden Hanna. Next pitch swinging, fouled off the first base side to Jamie Flynn, who is taking over for Jeff Lyle at the first base side for a while. Doug, there's still plenty of time for Kevin to get into this ball game. I thought I saw him walking around the ballpark. We'll see if he makes an appearance. 1-1 to Helwig. That one is hit well up the middle, and that is going to be trouble. Shaded over to the right side of the field was the center fielder. Helwig's gunning for 2. It's going to be a play at second. No, it is not. He is in there safely. So a leadoff double for Jake Helwig. The fans love it. And that'll bring up Connor Lowry. Connor Lowry in a bit of a slump. Not so much a slump. He's just been robbed on some great defensive plays. The record really doesn't indicate how well he's hitting the ball. It's just finding the glove of the opposing team. Batting .257 on the year. Has 109 at-bats for the Rogues. 28 hits in 27 games, 25 RBIs. Still leads the Great West League. Here's the first pitch to Lowry. Shows bunt, pulls back. 0-1 the count. Waiting on deck, the second baseman, Jaden Hanna. So Helwig at second with the leadoff double to left center field. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the second inning, Rogues trailing 5-0. Still plenty of ball game left. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, Jaden Hanna. Windy afternoon. Temperate, though, mild. Great day, except for a little sun. Little wind coming in from left field. Here's the 2-1 to Lowry. That one's in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. So we'll see if Connor Lowry gets the green light from Hogan here. Down 5 runs, bottom of the second inning. Nobody out. Helwig at second with a leadoff double. Balducci comes set, now comes home. That pitch is outside. And the Rogues have runners at first and second with nobody out to lead off the second inning.
Except for the Rogues' second baseman, number 5.
And that'll bring up Jaden Hanna. Going to be a quick conversation. Looks like all of the infield for the Portland Pickles and their pitching coach is going to come out and have a quick conversation. We'd like to thank our friends at Fred Meyer. The Rogues will be offering specially priced family ticket packages for each Sunday home game. That's 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 fountain drinks, and 4 souvenir baseballs, all for just $44. And these ticket packages are only available at each of the 3 Fred Meyer stores locally in the Rogue Valley. Don't miss out on the fun. It's Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays. You can't get these ticket packages at the ballpark. Bring your family to Harry and David Field this Sunday for the final game of this 3-game series between the Portland Pickles and the Medford Rogues. The Rogues will then travel up to Portland over 4th of July for a 3-game series. So 6 games against these Portland Pickles, 3 at Harry and David Field, 3 up at Walker Stadium in Portland. Jaden Hanna steps in. Helwig at second, Lowry at first, nobody out here, bottom of the second inning. Donovan Balducci, first pitch is a bunt that is going to be called foul by Tyler Ferguson. Said he fouled it at the plate. 0-1 to Jaden Hanna. Waiting on deck, the designated hitter, Dante Gutierrez. Jaden Hanna, the left-handed batter. Pitching against his college mate from Lane Community College. Here's the pitch from the righty Balducci. Showing bunt again is Hannah, bunting it foul off the third base side. 2-0 the count. Hannah batting .295 on the year, has 18 hits in 19 games, 12 RBIs, 11 walks. Just one extra base hit, a double for Hannah so far this season. 0-2 to Hannah, showing bunt again. Helwig at second, Lowry at first. This time now he pulls back, and that one's low. A little bit of trickery going on between Hannah and Balducci. So two Lane CC boys squaring off. Balducci looks back at Helwig at second, now comes home. That one's hit softly to the second baseman, over to the short for one. Double pump, going to be not in time to get Hannah. So Colin Rubino over to Daniel Lopez. Lopez stepped on the bag to get Connor Lowry, but double pumped before firing over to Cody Fallon at first. Not in time to get Jaden Hannah. Jake Helwig over to third on the play. So runners on the corners for the Rogues for El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez had a pinch hit RBI triple in last night's game. Gutierrez has seen time behind the plate at first base, in right field. Tonight, the designated hitter. Coach Hogan saying in an interview a couple days ago, just trying to find ways to get Gutierrez in. They need his bat in the lineup. Here's the pitch. That one's hit well up the middle. It's going to be played, though, by the shortstop, who hands it over to the second baseman, over to first. Again, not in time. So an RBI fielder's choice for Dante Gutierrez. El Tortuga legs out the infield single, legs out, and beats the double play. So Jake Helwig comes home. The RBI double is cashed, or the RBI single for Dante Gutierrez cashes in the double by Jake Helwig, who led off this inning for the Rogues. And that'll bring up Bryce Tilton, the shortstop. Medford Rogues are on the board. 5-1 now, the score. You don't have to get all five back in one inning. It's a long game. Just scrap, get some when you can, just like the Rogues did in this inning. If you have a guy in scoring position, get him home. That pitch is going to be fouled back. Bunting was Bryce Tilton trying to catch the Pickles off guard. 0-1 the count. We'll see if they try it again now that the Rogues have played their hand, so to speak. 0-1 the count to Bryce Tilton, 2 outs. Dante Gutierrez at first. Helwig came home after a leadoff double in this inning. Here's the pitch. Off speed, low. 1-1 the count. Tilton steps out of the batter's box, looks at Hogan down the third base side. Now comes set. Waits for the pitch from Donovan Balducci. Here's the pitch. Off speed, drops in there nicely. 1-2 the count. Gutierrez at first beat out the would-be double play to score Jake Helwig. Gutierrez takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch home. That is going to be a hit through the left side of the field for Bryce Tilton, right past the third baseman, Bobby Kinney. Rogues have runners on first and second again, and that'll bring up the leadoff man, Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis has been on an absolute tear this past week. Last night, he broke his streak of 7 consecutive games of getting on base to lead off the game for the Rogues. Hit into the 5-3, grounded out to third base in this one so far. Looking for his first hit, trying to bring home Dante Gutierrez. First pitch to DeLorfis, just outside. 1-0 the count. Again, I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call for these first few innings. Brian Schnee will be back a little later. Brian's 26th birthday. Throughout the ceremonial first pitch. Here's the 1-0 to DeLorfus. That one's low. Ball 2. After he delivered a strike to Ryan Carl, Brian Schnee walked off the mound, headed to the top of the Rogues dugout where Rogues were giving him fist bumps and high fives, and the last fist bump came from Jordan Reagan. That pitch hit well to left center field. It's high, coming over, and looks like it should be playable. Making the catch is the right fielder, Matt Starkovich, to end the inning. However, one comes across. Jake Helwig led off the inning with a double. Dante Gutierrez brought him home. We head to the top of the third inning. Your Rogues trailing 5-1 here at Harry and David Field. Bark in the park night. Lots of wagging tails here, cheering on your Rogues, all to benefit So Humane. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call. Top of the third inning. Rogues down 5-1. They scratched in the second, a leadoff double by Jake Helwig. Dante Gutierrez brought him home. First pitch swinging by Matt Starkovich. It's at high and shallow, caught by Davis DeLorfus for the first out of the third inning.
Next up for the Pickles, number 45, first baseman Cody Fallon.
That'll bring up Cody Fallon, who was hit by a pitch back in the second inning and scored. Portland Pickles got 5 in the top of the second on only 2 hits. First pitch from Brett Walker, a strike on the outside part of the plate. Nice fastball from Brett. 0-1 the count. Next pitch from Walker, off speed, in there for a strike. 0-2 to Cody Fallon. Here's the 0-2 from Walker. Just outside. It's that outside part of the plate that the fans and Coach Hogan not been thrilled with how it's been called so far in this game. 1-2 to Cody Fallon. That pitch fouled back. 2-2. Excuse me, the count remains 1-2. My apologies. 1 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the third inning. Nobody out. Cody Fallon waits on the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. With that strikeout, Rogue Credit Union will donate $10 to Access to help Access strike out hunger. Rogue Credit Union, living local. It's a Rogue thing. Second strikeout of the day for Brett Walker. That will bring up Alec Layton. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Alec Layton sacrificed bunted back in the second inning. Next pitch, just inside. 2-0 the count. That ball swung on, foul, out of play. 2-1 the count. Next pitch swung on, also fouled back into the stands, and bounces on the bleachers and out of play into the parking lot. So 2-2 to Alec Layton. Brett Walker likes to work fast. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No. 3-2 now, the count. So a full count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit softly to Jaden Hanna at second. Hanna over to De La Cruz in time. 1-2-3 inning for Brett Walker. We head to the bottom half of the third. Rogues still trailing 5-1, looking to do some more damage. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the third inning, your Rogues trailing 5-1 against the Portland Pickles. First pitch swinging by Clay Valenzuela-Reese up and over the press box. 0-1 the count. Pickles got 5 in the second inning on only 2 hits. Rogues scratched one across in the second. Jake Helwig led that inning off with a double. Dante Gutierrez brought him home. Next pitch to Clay Valenzuela-Reese inside, off speed. 1-1. Waiting on deck, Alex Isola, and then Johnny De La Cruz after him. Here's the 1-1 from Donovan Balducci. That one in there for a strike. 1-2 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Yes, Doug, the scoreboard has been fixed. The issue stemmed from some power issues that we were having at the ballpark. That pitch hit well and through the left side of the field. Clay Valenzuela-Reese has himself a single. He is aboard for the second time today. And that'll bring up the Iceman, Alex Isola. So we have a few different places that we draw power from. 3 different places to be exact. And I think just between what we were told from Pacific Power is between the very, very cold winter and now the very, very hot summer that we're having, those power boxes just were overloaded and slowly started to fail. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit softly. It's going to be tough play for the shortstop. He's not going to have it play. Softly hit bouncing ball in between the hole between third and second. The shortstop, Daniel Lopez, bobbled it on the catch, ruled an infield hit for Isola. So back-to-back singles for the Rogues. That brings up Johnny De La Cruz. So as we started to lose power from 1 and then eventually 2 of the power boxes, I'm not sure what the official name of them is, That's when we had issues with the lights coming on and off, with the scoreboard not working. First pitch showed bunt, pulled back. It's low, ball 1. So Pacific Power came. They replaced the power couples or whatever it was that had fried, that had just completely melted. And we're up and running at 100%. Rogues are up and running. Here's the next pitch. Fouled back. De La Cruz again showing bunt. 1-1 the count. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at second. Isola at first. Here on Bark in the Park night at Harry and David Field. Lots of tongues out, panting, lots of tails wagging. Next pitch, bunt laid down by De La Cruz. It's a good one. Fielded by Balducci. He is not going to get the throw off in time to get Johnny De La Cruz. 3 consecutive singles for the Rogues. Bases are juiced for the man who led off last inning with a double, Jake Helwig. And now there's going to be a quick conversation between all of the infielders of the Portland Pickles. Rogue Regency Inn and Suites is the official host hotel of the Medford Rogues. Whether you're in Southern Oregon for a quick stay or a longer visit, Rogue Regency has a warm, casually elegant atmosphere with plenty to offer, including Chadwick's, the official sports bar of the Medford Rogues. Make sure you head to the post-game party headquarters. That's Chadwick's Pub and Sports Bar and the Rogue Regency Inn and Suites. So here's Jake Helwig, doubled back in the second inning. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the third, first pitch. Low, ball 1. Brian is enjoying a night at the ballpark, as he should on his 26th birthday. Here's the next pitch to Helwig. Fastball outside, 2-0 the count. Brian Schnee threw out the ceremonial first pitch for his 26th birthday and was then pied in the face by Jordan Reagan. Want to see more pictures, head to our Twitter, Medford Rogues. Next pitch, fastball, that's outside. So 3 balls, no strikes to Jake Helwig. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at third, Alex Isola at second, Johnny De La Cruz at first, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Rogues have a chance to get some back here, trailing 5-1. Here's the pitch. That one, fastball right down the middle, called strike. Helwig taking all the way. So 3-1 now. Waiting on deck, Connor Lowry. Here's the pitch from Balducci. Swung on, that is going to be hit foul off the third base side. Count is now full to Jake Helwig. So full count, bases loaded, bottom of the third inning. Nobody out. Balducci getting the sign from Tate Budnick. Liked what he sees. Here's the pitch. That one is low. Ball 4, and the Rogues have walked in a run. Here comes Clay Valenzuela-Reese sprinting to the bag. Something I've noticed about Clay Valenzuela-Reese, regardless of if it's a live ball or if he's been awarded the base, he sprints down the line. That's just great to see. So the Rogues have another run across. Clay Valenzuela-Reese comes home on the RBI walk from Jake Helwig. Isola now at third, De La Cruz at second, and that brings up Connor Lowry. First pitch is high, ball 1. Connor Lowry, the RBI leader of the Great West League, looking to tack on a few more here. 5-2 the score now, your Rogues trailing the Portland Pickles. Tying runs are aboard. There's the pitch. That one's high and outside, 2-0 the count. So Balducci struggling to find the strike zone, falling behind in the count for the last few batters. Bottom of the third inning. One already across for the Rogues. That was Clay Valenzuela-Reese led the inning off with a single. Here's the pitch to Lowry. Called strike at the belt. 2-1 the count. Alex Isola at third. He singled. Johnny De La Cruz laid down a great bunt. He singled. Jake Helwig walked. Those are the bases right now. Here's the pitch. That one's hit well, and that is going to fall. An RBI for Connor Lowry. Just one, however. Alex Isola comes home on the RBI single from Connor Lowry. 2 across for the Rogues. 5-3 the score now. Bases still loaded. Still nobody out. That'll bring up Jaden Hanna. And there's going to be another conversation between all of the Pickles infielders, the head coach for the Pickles, and Donovan Balducci. So I mentioned that Connor Lowry had been struggling at the plate, had some bad luck. That single breaks a 0 for 20 batting drought for Connor Lowry, and what a great time to do it. Singles home Alex Isola. We have a pitching change here in Medford. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. 5-3 the score in the bottom of the third inning. Pitching change for the Portland Pickles. Donovan Balducci's night is done. Matt Olstead on in relief. Coming on in a bases-loaded, no-out situation. 2 already across for the Rogues. Clay Valenzuela-Reese and Alex Isola scored on an RBI walk from Jake Helwig and an RBI single from Connor Lowry. Stepping up is Jaden Hanna, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Olstead, the lefty, looks at first, now comes home. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. So 3 consecutive singles for the Rogues to lead off this inning. Jake Helwig walked to bring home Valenzuela-Reese. Connor Lowry singled to the left side to score Alex Isola. Here's the pitch to Hanna. 1-0 the count. That one outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Portland Pickles. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Rogues. Looking for plenty more here in the bottom of the third inning. That pitch is low, 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 to Connor Lowry with the bases loaded and nobody out. That pitch in there for a strike. So 3-1 now. Jaden Hanna waits for the pitch. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. The Rogues have walked another run home. After trailing 5-1 coming into this inning, it is now 5-4. Bases are still loaded. Pickles is trying to find somebody who can throw strikes. Johnny De La Cruz comes home. So the RBI walk for Jaden Hanna brings up El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez, who had the first RBI for the Rogues back in the second inning. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Base is still loaded, still nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Your Rogues coming back. 5-4 the score now, Pickles on top. Matt Olstead on in relief. Looks at first, now comes home. That pitch is low, 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes to Dante Gutierrez, El Tortuga as he's called by the players. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. 7 consecutive balls being thrown by Matt Olstead. No action in the Pickles bullpen so far. Jake Helwig at third, Connor Lowry at second, Jaden Hanna at first. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 3-1 the count. Bottom of the third inning, Rogues trailing 5-4. Bases juiced, nobody out. 3-1 to Dante Gutierrez. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the carousel continues to turn. The Rogues have tied the game 5-5 here in the bottom of the third inning. And at this point, you can all say it with me. The base is loaded, and nobody's out here for the Rogues. Yes, Dex, the Pickles are in a bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the third inning. I'm sure they've never heard that one before. Tate Budnick going out having a conversation with Matt Olstead. So Connor Lowry, who led this inning off with a single. Excuse me. Bryce Tilton coming up at the plate. Read my book wrong. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tilton at the dish. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. We have a tied ball game here at Harry and David Field, 5-5. Here's the pitch. That one's low, 2-0 the count. So the balls just keep coming. Medford Rogues haven't had to swing the bat. Four singles and 3 walks in this inning. Here's the pitch from Matt Olstead. That one a called strike. 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, the leadoff man, Davis DeLorfis. Connor Lowry at third, Jaden Hanna at second, Dante Gutierrez at first. The pitch to Tilton is swung on, fouled off the first base side, and out of play. Evens the count, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Tilton. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit softly to the shortstop. They're going to get one at second. No, the throw is wide. The throw is wide, and another run comes home. So 2 come home on the errant throw from Daniel Lopez at short over to Colin Rubino, covering second on the force. 2 runs come home, Connor Lowry and Jaden Hanna.
Next up for the Rogues, third baseman, number 18.
Everybody's safe.
Delorfus.
Dante Gutierrez goes to third on the play. Bryce Tilton goes to second on the error. Tilton does get the RBI because you can't assume a double play. And even if you did, Connor Lowry was coming home. 7-5, your Rogues are on top. A 6-run third inning for the Rogues. Still nobody out. Runners on second and third for Davis Delorfus. Here's the pitch from Olstead in the dirt. Ball one. Dante Gutierrez at third. Bryce Tilton is at second. And the inning just won't end for the Portland Pickles. Nobody out. Waiting on deck, the guy who got this nightmare inning for the Pickles started, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Here's the 1-0. That one's outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Davis Delorfus. Delorfus 0 for 2 on the day. Delorfus is actually the only Rogues player to not reach base. Of course, every Rogues player has reached base so far in this inning. We'll see if he can keep that streak alive. 7-5, your Rogues are on top here in the third. Part of a 6-run inning. Looking for more. Here's the pitch from Delorfus. That ball is cued off the first base side. 2-1 the count. Brian Schnee will be with you for the middle innings. He's out enjoying this ball game, enjoying this inning, as I'm sure all the Rogues fans are. Joining us are all the dogs of Rogues fans, a bunch of wagging tails here in the ballpark. 2-1 to Delorfus, an off-speed pitch that brings Delorfus to his knees. Way out in front of that one. 2-2 the count. Bark in the Park night at Harry and David Field, all to benefit So Humane. Haven't heard any angry growls so far. Seems to be just a pleasant evening here at Harry and David Field. Slightly breezy, as I'm sure you can hear in the Nat mic. 2-2 to count to Delorfus, 2 on in scoring position. That one's inside. Count runs full. Gutierrez at third, Bryce Tilton at second. 7-5, your Rogues are on top. Looking for more with Delorfus at the plate, nobody out, bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Olstead. Off speed, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Delorfus had dropped his bat and was halfway to first.
Next up for the Rogues, left fielder, number 13,
But it's the first out of the inning. Delorfus still looking for his first hit of the game. Won't get it here. That'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Got all this started back in the top of this inning. Singled and would eventually come home on the RBI single from Jake Howig. Gutierrez at third, Bryce Tilton at second. First pitch swung on and missed. Another great off-speed pitch by Matt Olstead. Fools Valenzuela-Reese. 0-1 the count. Matt Olstead, the lefty, deals. Another off speed. That one's hit high in the air. It's a infield pop fly. Stepping into foul ground and making the catch is the first baseman, Cody Fallon. So just like that, there are 2 down in the inning.
Next up for the Rogues, catcher number 24, Alex Isola.
So that'll bring up Alex Isola, who also singled and scored. He scored on the walk. The single by Connor Lowry. Isola hit that 3-run bomb in the 5th inning of last night's game. First pitch, a fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Dante Gutierrez still at third. Bryce Tilton still at second. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. 7-5, your Rogues are on top. Alex Isola at the plate. Here's the 0-1. That one's in the dirt, bounced in front of the batter's box on the opposite side. Nice block by Tate Budnick. 1-1 the count. Isola waits at the plate, waggling his bat. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, Johnny De La Cruz. Two and one the count, 2 outs to Alex Isola. Runners on second and third for the Rogues. Here's the pitch. That one's hit well and going to be through the left side of the field. Dante Gutierrez coming home. Hogan is waving in Bryce Tilton. The throw is not going to be at the plate. A 2-run single for Alex Isola. The Iceman does it again. 9-5, your Rogues on top. An 8-run inning for the Medford Rogues. And you hear the dogs. They're loving it. So Alex Isola is at first base. 2 outs. Still the bottom of the third inning. This inning will not end for the Pickles. Johnny De La Cruz at the plate. That one an off-speed pitch called in there for a strike. 0-1. Throw over to first. Isola back in time. 5 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Pickles. 9 runs on 7 hits for the Rogues. Here's the pitch from Olstead. That one blocked in the dirt. Again, nicely by Tate Budnick. 2-1 the count. Olstead gets the sign, looks at first, now comes home. That one is hit well to right field. Going back on it, has room, is the right fielder Matt Starkovich, and the bottom of the third inning finally comes to an end. The Rogues leave one. 8 runs come across for the Rogues. They lead 9-5. We are at the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Avista. Serving Medford since 1906, Avista has created opportunities, sparked imaginations, and fueled innovation. Today, as they celebrate more than a century of service, the folks at Avista are committed as ever to helping the communities that they serve to grow and prosper. Head to avistautilities.com today.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 4th inning, your Rogues are on top 9-5 over the Portland Pickles thanks to an 8-run bottom of the 3rd. First pitch from Brett Walker in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Bobby Kinney, the 3rd baseman for the Pickles. Next pitch, low, ball 1. Eleven batters come to the plate for the Rogues in that inning. Next pitch is low. 2-1 the count. So a huge inning for the Rogues, puts them back on top. Next pitch, swung on, hit to the third baseman. DeLorfus makes a nice backhanded stop, slips in the dirt, still makes a great throw, but just beating out the throw is the third baseman, Bobby Kinney. What a great play by Davis DeLorfus. Made a nice backhanded grab over there at third base, and then when he planted his foot, his back foot slipped, and he stumbled a little bit, still fired it over, made an accurate throw to Johnny De La Cruz, and just beating out the throw was Bobby Kinney. So the leadoff runner is on for the Pickles here in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up Colin Rubino, the leadoff man. Next, that pitch is low and outside. Ball 1. Connor Lowry snapped a 0 for 20 streak with an RBI single. That sent home Alex Isola. Next pitch is outside. 2-0 the count to Colin Rubino. Rubino struck out in the first looking, walked and scored in the second. That pitch just low. 3-0 the count. All 5 runs for the Pickles coming in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Walker on the outside corner for a strike. Rubino smiles as he looks at the home plate umpire like, come on, man, you really going to call that? It's a strike. 3-1. Waiting on deck, Tate Budnick. Brett Walker standing tall. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. It's ball 4. So now Bobby Kinney is at second. Colin Rubino is at first. That'll bring up the catcher, Tate Budnick. Budnick is 1 for 2 on the day. Valenzuela Reese, Alex Isola, Johnny De La Cruz, Jake Helwig, Connor Lowry, Jaden Hanna, Dante Gutierrez, and Bryce Tilton all scoring in that inning for the Rogues. Pitch is outside, showing bunt and pulling back was Budnick. 1-0 the count. So a huge inning for the Medford Rogues, but still plenty of ball game left. Portland Pickles were up 4 going into the bottom of the third inning, and now they're down 4. Brett Walker getting the sign from Alex Isola. Showing bunt again is Budnick. Pitch, bunt laid down. Walker is going to throw to third in time to get the force. Nice play by Brett Walker. Gets Bobby Kinney on the force. That's the first out of the inning. So a nice play by Brett Walker, picking the ball up, spinning and throwing, delivering an accurate throw to Davis DeLorfus in time to get the lead runner. That'll bring up Daniel Lopez. Lopez singled back in the second inning and scored for the Potters. Colin Rubino at second, Tate Budnick at first. 1 out here, top of the fourth. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Walker looks in, comes set, looks back at second, now comes home. Off speed, that pitch is hit very high. Going to be playable. Valenzuela Reese makes the catch in left field. Runners cannot advance. 2 outs.
Except for Portland left fielder number 24, Xander Clark.
That'll bring up Xander Clark, who already has a single and a double in this game. Glad to hear that the Nat Mic is picking up the ambiance, Doug. Sorry if your neighbors call. Why the heck is your dog barking? Bark in the park night here at Harry David Field. We've had some barking already. Back in the third inning, part of that 8-run inning for the Medford Rogues. Fans getting excited, the dogs getting excited. Just a great atmosphere, great energy at the ballpark tonight. 2 outs for Xander Clark. Runners on first and second. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. A lot of movement on that pitch from Brett Walker. Rubino still at second. Tate Budnick at first. Xander Clark, right-handed batter, waits for the pitch. Here it is. That one's hit well, but foul off the third base side. Quickly 0-2. Nine to 5, Rogues are on top here in the top of the fourth inning. Wind dying down just a little bit. Sun is setting. Few clouds in the sky should make for a spectacular sunset. 0-2 the count to Xander Clark with 2 on for the Pickles. Here's the pitch from Brett Walker. Swung on, just got a piece of it, did Xander Clark. Fouled it back. We'll do this again. 5 runs in the second for the Pickles, 1 in the bottom of the second for the Rogues, and then 8 in the third. That's the ball game so far. 9 to 5, your Rogues on top. Here's the pitch from Brett Walker. Swung on, that is hit to right field, Hellwig is there, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So Brett Walker works out of a leadoff single and a walk. Keeps the Pickles off the board. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your Rogues still on top 9 to 5 over the Portland Pickles. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues Baseball is brought to you by Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Founded over 2 decades ago, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration are there when you need them most. Whether it's fire, storm, or water damage, the Alvarez Restoration Team is ready and willing to bring your home back to how it used to be. They like to say, when bad stuff happens, we make good stuff happen. Find them at alvarezrestoration.com or by calling 541-727-7340. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call. Bottom of the fourth inning, your Rogues are on top 9 to 4 over the Portland Pickles. Leading things off, the right fielder Jake Hellwig, who has a double and an RBI walk and 2 runs scored in this one. Matt Olstead still on the mound for the Pickles, on in relief of Donovan Balducci. First pitch showing bunt, and it goes foul, is Hellwig. 0-1 the count. The lefty Olstead to the lefty Hellwig. Here's the 0-1. That one is outside. 1-1 the count. Waiting on deck, the RBI leader of the Great West League, Connor Lowry, and Jaden Hanna. Here's the pitch from Olstead. Outside, 2-1 the count to Jake Hellwig. Brian Schnee informed me that he will not be joining us on the broadcast this evening. He's going to be enjoying this game from the ballpark with his dog Barley. Next pitch is low, 3-1 the count. So you'll be with me for this game. just about halfway through. Rogues on top 9-5. 3-1 the count to Jake Helwig. Looking to drive something here. Here's the pitch from Olstead. Low. Ball 4. Second walk of the game for Jake Helwig. That's how the Rogues did most of their damage in that third inning. That'll bring up Connor Lowry. First pitch to Connor Lowry is in there for a strike. 0-1. Those of you at home who didn't check Facebook or your social media today, the Rogues were ranked in CollegiateSummerBaseball.com's top programs of the year. They are ranked number 23 in the nation. Your Medford Rogues. Over 600 college summer collegiate programs. Some sort of name. Going on the pitch, Jake Helwig. It was a throw to first, and the throw to second is going to be offline. Jake Helwig's now headed to third. The throw over to third is not going to be in time. Jake Helwig is safe. So Jake Helwig was running. It was a pickoff to first. The first baseman, Colton Fallon, an errant throw over to Daniel Lopez, covering the bag at short, sailed into left field. The throw into third, not in time. Helwig dives in safely. Whoa. So now Jake Helwig is at third with nobody out. Connor Lowry looking to add to that RBI total. Now that shows some speed. If you can take off at first, from first, be picked off, and still, he made it to third in that time. Here's the pitch to Lowry. Outside, 1-1 the count. So CollegiateSummerBaseball.com ranked the Medford Rogues number 23 in the nation. Over 600 programs. Just a real honor to be a part of something so special. That pitch is going to be fouled back and out of play.
That one's going to leave a mark.
Ahead of any team in the Great West League, ahead of any team in the Pacific Coast League. Trailing only a Collegiate Summer Baseball League team in San Francisco for top honors in the West. Here's the 1-2 count to Connor Lowry. Swung on and missed. Outside pitch that I'm sure he would tell you is not a good pitch to swing at.
Next up for the Rogues, second baseman.
So Lowry strikes out. Jake Helwig still over there at third. 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. Even on the really hot days here at Harry and David Field, when Jaden Hanna's walk-up song comes on, the ballpark just feels a little bit cooler. It feels like a cool breeze just washes over you. Jake Helwig at third, bottom of the fourth inning. Jaden Hanna looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. Hanna is 0 for 1 with a walk, an RBI walk, and a run scored back in that third inning. Next pitch swung on, fouled off the third base side. 0-2 the count. 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. Rogues on top 9-5. Jake Helwig at third. Led off the inning with a walk. Stole second and then went to third on the errant throw. Jaden Hanna, the left-handed batter, waits on the left-handed pitcher. That pitch is outside. 1-2 the count. So it was actually Taylor Frost who retweeted Collegiate Summer Baseball with their rankings, and that's how we found out about it, and then we blew it up on our Twitter and Facebook. There's the pitch. Swung on, fouled. It's going to be a high pop foul. Let's see if it stays in play. It's not. That goes right onto the patio, the Seven Feathers triple play patio. We'll do this again. 1-2 the count to Jaden Hanna. Waiting on deck, El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez. Matt Olstead looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Just outside, evens the count, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Jaden Hanna. Jake Helwig at third. Off-speed pitch that Hanna fouls off, fouled it back just on the press box. Great job by Hanna to stay alive, fighting off that off-speed pitch that he wanted no part of. Still 2-2 the count with Helwig at third here in the fourth inning, excuse me. That pitch is outside. Hanna has earned himself the second walk of the day. And that'll bring up El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez. Runners on the corners for Dante. El Tortuga means the turtle in Spanish. Dante with an RBI back in the second inning. A walk and a run scored in the third. No, and excuse me, they've called back Jaden Hanna. The count is now full 3-2. My apologies. Everyone here at the ballpark thought it was Dante Gutierrez coming up. Walk-up music played, but it's still Jaden Hanna. Full count, 1 out. Helwig at third. Here's the pitch. That one is hit high, foul. We'll see if it stays in play. It is just out of play over the Rogues dugout. We'll do this again. Jaden Hanna doing a great job of staying alive. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Jaden Hanna, the left-handed batter, facing Matt Olstead, the left-handed pitcher for the Pickles. Jake Helwig at third. Bottom of the fourth inning, 9-5, Rogues on top. Off-speed pitch, fouled off again. That one hits the catcher, Tate Budnick, in the head. Home plate umpire Tyler Ferguson checking on him to make sure he's okay. He is. We'll do this again. Still waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez. Helwig at third, 1 out, full count to Jaden Hanna. Here's the pitch. Off speed that Hanna is going to hit softly in the air in the infield, and it's going to be the second baseman, Colin Robinho, makes the catch.
Your designated hitter, number 20, Dante Gutierrez.
So a long at bat for Jaden Hanna cannot advance Helwig home. Now that brings up El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez with that RBI back in the second inning. Walked and scored in the third. First pitch to Gutierrez is inside. Ball 1. Helwig led the inning off with a single. Headed to second on a pickoff throw from Olstead to the first baseman, Cody Fallon. Fallon's throw to second off the mark. Here's the 1-0 to Gutierrez. That one's a called strike, a fastball on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Throw was offline from the first baseman, Cody Fallon. Went into center field. Helwig, very aware, got up, scrambled into the third, was in safe on the headfirst dive. Here's the pitch to Gutierrez. And that's a called strike at the knees, 1-2. Waiting on deck, Bryce Tilton. Here's the pitch from Matt Olstead. Inside, evens the count 2 apiece. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth inning. Helwig still at third, been there since the beginning of the game. Excuse me, beginning of the inning. 9-5, your Rogues are on top. Next pitch in the dirt. So El Tortuga has run the count full. Game 1 of a 3-game series between these Portland Pickles and the Medford Rogues. That pitch swung on, fouled back off the third base side. So back-to-back long at-bats for the Medford Rogues. I believe the Portland Pickles, don't quote me on this, but I believe the Portland Pickles have the largest roster in the Great West League. I'm responsible for creating the game day inserts that are handed out at each game, and a lot of names to put into that roster. That pitch is hit to the second baseman and over to first in time to get Dante Gutierrez. So the Rogues leave Hellwig stranded. However, they're still on top 9-5. We head to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Leading things off for the Pickles in the top of the 5th inning, Matt Hardy, first pitch swinging and missing. 0-1 the count. Rogues on top, 9-5. Next pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. Brett Walker still on the mound for your Rogues. Aside from that one rough inning in the second, he's been blanking the Potters. That pitch high and inside, 1-2 the count. Still lots of fans, lots of dogs here on Bark in the Park night at Harry and David Field. Walker gets the sign, comes home. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Brett Walker starts the top of the 5th inning with a strikeout. And with that strikeout, Rogue Credit Union will donate another $10 to Access to help strike out hunger. The Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local. It's a Rogue thing. First pitch is a called strike to Matt Starkovich. Here's the next pitch from Walker. That one's outside. 1-1 the count. 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for the Pickles. 9 runs on just 7 hits, no errors for the Rogues. That ball's low. 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, first baseman Cody Fallon. That pitch from Cody Allen swung on, fouled at the plate, evening the count, 2-2. Nine to 5, your Rogues are on top thanks to an 8-run third inning that saw 11 batters come to the plate. That pitch is in the dirt. Count full now to Matt Starkovich. Here's the pitch from Walker. That one's hit sharply to Jaden Hanna. Fields it, picks it up, over to Johnny De La Cruz in time to retire Starkovich. Second out of the inning.
Pickles first baseman number 45, Cody Fallon.
So that'll bring up Cody Fallon, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the second, struck out in the third. That ball is hit sharply and over the head of Jaden Hanna for a 2-out single. First pitch swinging from Cody Fallon. So that'll bring up Alec Layton.
Center fielder number 3, Alec Layton.
Alec Layton is 0 for 2 on the day. Just one hit separating the two ball clubs. 6 for the Pickles, 7 for the Rogues, but 4 runs is the difference, and that's the score that counts. Here's the first pitch to Walker. From Walker, excuse me. That one's outside. 1-0 the count. Center fielder Alec Layton, the right-handed batter, at the plate for the Pickles. Waiting on deck, third baseman Bobby Kinney. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-0. That pitch is hit high, very shallow. Bryce Tilton's calling for it, waiting for it. Finally he gets it, and that is the inning. One hit, no runs, one left on base for the Pickles in the top of the fifth. We head to the home half of the fifth inning, halfway through this ball game. Medford Rogues on top 9-5 here at Harry and David Field on Bark in the Park night, all to benefit So Humane. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the fifth inning, Rogues are on top 9-5. Brian Schnee will not be joining us on the broadcast. I'm Jonathan Kerman. Brian Schnee enjoying the night off on his birthday, still here at the ballpark though, enjoying a great game between the Medford Rogues and the Portland Pickles. First pitch fouled off the first base side for Tilton. 0-1 the count. Portland getting all of their runs in the second inning. Rogues getting one back in the second and then 8 in the third. Here's the pitch to Tilton. Tilton shows bunt, pulls back. It's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. Matt Olstead still on the mound for the Pickles. Here's the 0-2 to Valenzuela Reese. That one's outside and low. 1-2 the count. I'm not sure where Brian Schnee is tonight, but I know wherever he is enjoying this ball game, enjoying his birthday with his dog here at Harry and David Field at Bark in the Park. Next pitch is low, even count, 1-2. Two and two to Bryce Tilton. Inside, so Tilton working a full count, fighting back from 0-2. Waiting on deck, the leadoff man, and the only man not to get a board in this game, wouldn't you know, Davis DeLorphis. 3-2 the count to Bryce Tilton. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, and Bryce Tilton works himself a walk after being down 0-2 in the count. Hogan's got to love that. And that brings up the leadoff man, Davis DeLorphis. As I mentioned, 0-for-3 on the day, still looking for that first hit. Brian did not get stung by a bee. Don't listen to Doug Parr. He's leading you astray. Doug Parr is fake news. That's what I say. Pickoff attempt, a lazy pickoff attempt. Tilton back easily. Brian Schnee, tonight is his 26th birthday. He threw out the first pitch, Brian Schnee did, the ceremonial first pitch. Another pickoff attempt, and that one bounces by the first baseman. Bryce Tilton's heading to second. It wasn't a strong throw by Matt Olstead. Tilton is aboard at second now on the throwing error. You can't call it a wild pitch. It was over to the first baseman, Cody Fallon, but Tilton is aboard at second now on the error. Davis DeLorphis at the plate. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Rogues on top 9-5. I suppose you could say that Schnee is slacking. I think it's a well-deserved day off for Brian Schnee. So he threw out the ceremonial first pitch, and then as he was giving high fives to the Rogues on the top of their dugout, here's the first pitch to DeLorphis. That one's high, ball one. Getting high fives, fist bumps from the team, and then the last high five from Jordan Reagan. Actually wasn't a high five at all. It was a pie to the face. Fans laughing, Rogues players cracking up, rolling on the floor, laughing in tears. A great moment here at Harry and David Field. We do have a picture on our Twitter already of the aftermath of the pie in the face. We will have more on our Facebook page, MedfordRoguesBaseballClub.com. 1-0 the count to DeLorphis. Here's the pitch. Low. 2-0 the count. Bryce Tilton at second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the fifth inning. Rogues on top. 9-5. I told Schnee, I'll cover the first few innings of the game while you throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Yes, I did know that he would be pied. Stepping off the mound is Olstead. Tilton heads back to second. 2-0 to Davis DeLorphis. And then after cleaning off all of the cream, all of the whipped cream off his face, Brian Schnee said, you know what? I'm going to call it a day. Here's the 2-0. That one's hit well, and that is going to be the first hit for Davis DeLorphis of the game. Every Rogues player has reached. And rounding first, DeLorphis slipped. The throw is back to the first baseman. So DeLorphis, on his wallet, had to spin around and dive back onto the base in safely. And that extends DeLorphis' hitting streak to 9 games. And that brings up Clay Valenzuela-Reese, who got that magical third inning, started for the Rogues, led off with a single in that one. Tilton is at third. Valenzuela-Reese showing bunt. It's down. The play at the plate is going to be in time to get Bryce Tilton. So the suicide squeeze does not work this time for the Rogues. Hogan's going to walk down the third base line and have a conversation with the home umpire.
Catcher number 24, Alex Isola.
DeLorphis over to second on the play. Not the first time that the Rogues have put on that suicide squeeze. Worked before for them, but not today. Hogan having a conversation just about 3-4 inches away from the home plate umpire. Hogan seems somewhat satisfied with the answer. He walks back to the third base side, just in foul ground. Hogan, the third base coach for the Rogues, as well as the general manager, the head coach, excuse me. That'll bring up Alex Isola. Alex Isola is 2 for 3 on the day, singled and scored in the third inning, and then singled both Dante Gutierrez and Bryce Tilton home in that same inning. First pitch to Isola is outside, ball 1. DeLorphis at second, Clay Valenzuela-Reese at first. Rogues on top 9-5. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Next pitch to Isola, curveball that gets in there. 1-1 the count. Bark in the park night at Harry and David Field. Just a terrific atmosphere. Happy faces both on fans and dogs alike as I look up and down the stands here at Harry and David Field. Field completely engulfed in shadows now. The lights beginning to turn on. Here's the pitch. That one's low to Isola. 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, Johnny De La Cruz. Alex Isola, the Iceman, waits for the pitch. Stepping off the mound is the pitcher, Matt Olstead. Scampering back to second, Davis DeLorphis. Olstead set. Now comes home. That ball fouled, and it's going to stay fair. That was a weird one. A full swing by Alex Isola. It spun off the bat right on the first base side, and the spin kept it fair. The full swing went about 4 feet. Isola is retired at first. However, DeLorphis and Hanna advanced to second and third, respectively. Can't really call that a sac bunt. Does the same job, but Isola is retired. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Johnny De La Cruz. Singled and scored in that third inning. Here's the first pitch to De La Cruz. In the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Coming home is DeLorphis. He's going to score easily. Standing up. So another run comes home for the Medford Rogues. 10-5 the score now. Tilton over to third. Excuse me. Valenzuela-Reese over to third. Davis DeLorphis comes home on the wild pitch. It's Davis DeLorphis who had a single in this inning. Extending his 9-game hitting streak, comes around to score for the Rogues. 10-5. Next pitch, De La Cruz, low, 2-0 the count. Still 2 outs. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at third. Matt Olstead set. Here the lefty deals. That one's low. Pickoff attempt, no attempt. Faked pickoff attempt. Valenzuela-Reese was cheating down the line at third, but got back safely. 3 balls and no strikes to Johnny De La Cruz. Doug, I did not bring my dog. That one way inside, and that's ball 4. So De La Cruz will take his base. And that'll bring up Jake Helwig.
Right fielder, number 27, Jake Helwig.
I did not bring my dogs. Doug, I have 2 at home. I have a Beagle and a Pit mix. Both very adorable, both very sweet, but I just unfortunately don't have that many hands, don't have that many eyes. Got to be watching the baseball game, got to be delivering Rogues baseball to those of you at home. I'm sure they would have loved to be here. Asked my parents, and they weren't interested, unfortunately. Jake Helwig at the plate. That one's high. So 5 consecutive balls thrown by Matt Olstead. Jake Helwig has a double, an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. That ball is fouled off the third base side, 1-1 the count. Throw over to first. De La Cruz back in time standing. Runners on the corners for the Rogues. Valenzuela-Reese at third. De La Cruz at first. Helwig at the plate. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues up 10-5 over the Pickles. Another throw over to first, and again, De La Cruz back standing. Lefty-lefty matchup at the plate. Helwig and Olstead. Here's the pitch. Off speed that catches the top part of the plate. Helwig doesn't like it. It's an off-speed curveball that just dropped in there. 1-2 the count. That pitch is hit well, but just foul off the first base side right into the berm. Kids scampering after that one. Count stays 1-2. I do live locally. I am proud to admit that I live with my mother. After college, she moved up to Ashland, Oregon a few years ago. When I graduated from SF State, I asked, what did I want to do with my life? 1-2 the count to Jake Helwig. De La Cruz off of the pitch. It's inside. The throw is going to be in time, but not in time to get De La Cruz. Coming home on the throw is Clay Valenzuela-Reese. So the throw was on time, but not in the right location to get Johnny De La Cruz. Clay Valenzuela-Reese comes home. 11-5 the score now. Johnny De La Cruz is at second. So when I graduated college, I asked myself, what did I want to do with the rest of my life? And that answer was do something in sports. I'm a really big sports guy. I love baseball, love basketball. Even like football and hockey, too. 1-2 the count to Jake Helwig, 2 outs. Johnny De La Cruz at second. The pitch is an off-speed that's outside. Evens the count 2 apiece. Mom mentioned that she knew somebody who was interviewed by one of the local TV channels here in Medford. Got in touch with that person, who put me in touch with the reporter who interviewed him, who put me in touch with the news director at the station, and I got a job. Olstead steps off the bag. De La Cruz back at second. Full count to Jake Helwig. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Runner on second for the Rogues. 11-5. They're on top over the Pickles. Here's the pitch. Foul back. We'll do this again. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Haven't been doing this long. However, I've had a terrific mentor in Brian Schnee. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Jake Helwig at the plate. Matt Olstead looks back at second where De La Cruz is. De La Cruz hops off the bag. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high, not very far. It's trailing. Is it going to be still in play? No. It fouls outside of the fence here in Herring-David Field. And you're absolutely right. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why I was interested in the job at the news program was, I get in with the sports department, maybe, rub elbows, just try to meet people. I learned from a very early age, Doug, to not play with bees. After 3 stung feet over the course of a year, I was done with bees. That ball is hit well to left center field, going back on it and making a diving catch is the center fielder, Alec Layton. Wow. Jake Helwig tips his hat. That was a great play by Alec Layton. Both him and Xander Clark, the left fielder, were coming on to try and make that play. It was Alec Layton who made a diving play in front of Clark to end the inning. However, 2 come across for the Rogues. They're on top 11-5 over the Portland Pickles. We head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues like to thank Mary's Barbecue. Tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat, homemade sides, and friendly service. And it's easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow along on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call. Brian Schnee, 26 years old today, has the night off, enjoying a night at the ballpark with his dog, Barley. Those of you who follow Brian Schnee on Instagram or Twitter have seen plenty of Barley. Brian was always a big dog kind of guy until he met little Barley, just 8 pounds, and he is absolutely in love with that dog, and for good reason. She's a cutie. 11-5, your Rogues are on top of the 6th inning. On in relief of Brett Walker is Liam Kent. So Brett Walker's final line, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, in line for the win. Leading things off for the Pickles here in the top of the 6th, third baseman Bobby Kinney, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. 1 for 1, he walked back in the 2nd. First pitch from Liam Kent is outside, 1-0 the count. Brian Schnee, absolutely one of the best mentors I've ever had in any regard, not just for sports broadcasting. I know that's pretty specific. 2-0 to Bobby Kinney. Brian left for a week to go to a buddy's wedding back in Connecticut. Said he had one of the best times he's ever had, one of the best weeks he's ever had. Next pitch from the side armor, Liam Kent is inside, so 3-0 now to Bobby Kinney. And he really made me feel prepared to take over the broadcast for those 7 games when we were on the road in Marysville and Chico. Next pitch, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued by Liam Kent. Alex Isola going to go out and have a quick chat. That'll bring up the leadoff man for the Portland Pickles, Colin Robinho. Rubinho is 1 for 3 on the day. 0 for 1. Can't read my own handwriting. 0 for 1, struck out in the first, walked twice with a run scored. Kent looks over at first, now comes home. That one's in the dirt, gets away from Isola, and off into second is Bobby Kinney. Liam Kent making his first appearance for the Rogues this season. One and 0 the count to Colin Robinho. Here's the pitch from Kent. In there for a strike. Oh, the first strike of the 2017 season for Liam Kent. Liam Kent has a funky delivery. He's a lefty throwing sidearm. Got to be difficult for these Pickles hitters to pick it up. Runner on second, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Kent. That one is inside, 2-1 to Colin Rubino. Well, having no broadcast experience coming into this job, I'm not sure how much credit I can really give myself. 2-1. Here's the pitch from Kent in there for a strike, 2-2. However, I will say that the first 2 games that I was on the air, calling just the middle innings, 4, 5, and 6, sweating bullets, heart pounding out of my chest, constantly out of breath, just so nervous, a nervous wreck. Next pitch, swung on, hit to the third baseman. DeLorfis looks back, the runner at second, comes over to first in time. Great play by Davis DeLorfis. Bobby Kinney cannot advance. Rubino
Except for the Pickles, catcher number 17.
Retired for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Tate Budnick. So the first 2 games that I called, I was a nervous wreck. And then the third game, I do not know what happened, but something just clicked. And I felt so much more comfortable on the mic. And it really has been a breeze ever since then. Still reading, still listening to my calls back every day, looking on what I can improve on. First pitch to Budnick is in there for a strike, 0-1. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 11-5. Bobby Kinney at second. He walked and advanced to second on the wild pitch. Liam Kent looks back at second. Now comes home. That one is outside. 1-1 the count. And that's what I was told by Brian Schnees, is to keep listening to yourself. It's the best way, really the only way that you can improve. If you're just coming up here and talking and then calling it a day, you never know what you're doing well, what you need to improve on. 1-1 the count. That ball is hit high, and I mean high, into the infield. It's going to be De La Cruz making the catch. That one was hit a mile high. It's an out.
Now for the Portland Pickles shortstop, number 15.
Bobby Kinney still at second, and that'll bring up Daniel Lopez, the shortstop for the Pickles. Lopez 1 for 3 with a run scored. Waiting on deck, Xander Clark. I mean, it would be like a basketball team not watching film of previous games. I mean, any sport, really. First pitch to Lopez is in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Liam Kent. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Bobby Kinney still at second. Oh and 1, 2 outs. Kent looks back. Now comes home. Next one's high. 1-1 the count. I could not imagine. I could not imagine calling a hockey game. That is just so impressive to me because those announcers are talking constantly. So much going on. 1-1. Here's the pitch from Kent. That one is hit grounded foul off the third base side. 1-2 the count. I don't know if I would ever get into women's lacrosse or swimming or diving or any one of the ancillary sports. Baseball really is a big passion of mine. I imagine volleyball would be faster, similar to hockey, maybe even faster. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Liam Kent. That one is fouled back and just next to the press box and out of play. So we'll do this again. 1 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 11-5. Bobby Kinney at second. Walked to lead off the inning and advanced to second on a wild pitch. Hasn't been able to get anywhere further so far. Here's the pitch from Liam Kent. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Rogues are on top 11-5 here at Harry and David Field. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. And the Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of Medford Rogues baseball and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger. Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out an opposing player during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local. It's a Rogue thing. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th inning right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the 5th inning, Rogues are on top 11-5 here at Herring David Field. Leading things off in this inning, Connor Lowry, the Great West League RBI leader, already has an RBI and a run scored in this one. Takes a first pitch ball from Matt Olstead, still on in relief for Donovan Bonaducci. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit softly to Olstead. Olstead picks it up over to first in time for the first out of the inning.
Next up for the Rogues, second baseman, number 5, Jaden.
So that'll bring up Jaden Hanna. Hanna is 0 for 2 with an RBI walk and a run scored. That coming in that 8-run third inning for the Rogues. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Hanna, the left-handed batter, Olstead, the left-handed pitcher. 5 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors for the Potters. 11 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Medford Rogues. First pitch to Hanna in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Next pitch, low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hanna waits for the pitch. Here it is. That one is outside. 2-1 now. We have an unofficial count of 63 dogs here at Herring David Field for Bark in the Park. 2-1 is swung on, fouled back by Hanna. 2-2. We say that's unofficial because we're still counting. Lots of fans, lots of tongues wagging, lots of tails wagging too. Here's the 2-2. That one is hit into center field. It's shallow. Making the play is the center fielder, Alex Layton, for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Dante Gutierrez, El Tortuga. El Tortuga has 2 RBIs on the day, a walk, and a run scored. He is 0 for 2. That squeaking that you're hearing is neither, well, it's, I suppose, technically a bird. It's actually a rubber chicken that is being chewed on by one of the dogs up here in the press box. 1-0 the count to Dante Gutierrez. 11-5, Rogues are on top, bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on. Gutierrez waits for the pitch. Here it is. Another lefty-lefty matchup. That one's in the dirt. 2-0. Interesting that the mics picked that up, Doug. I suppose nothing is safe here in the press box. 2 balls and no strikes to Dante Gutierrez. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. Now that was interesting. The pitch was made. Tate Budnick caught the ball. He froze. Home plate umpire froze. Dante Gutierrez froze. Like 3 or 4 seconds of everyone just still. Still a ball. 3-0. Here's the pitch to Gutierrez, and that one's low. So a 4-pitch walk to El Tortuga. Makes his way to first base.
Shortstop number 1, Bryce Tilton.
And that'll bring up Bryce Tilton, who led off last inning with a walk. Bryce Tilton reached on an error in the 3rd inning. Scored. And then walked. In the 5th, he's 0 for 1. 11 runs on just 8 hits for the Rogues. 4 errors. First pitch to Tilton is low. It gets away from Tate Budnick. Gutierrez advances to second. So 4 errors, couple wild pitches, and 9 walks given up by the Portland Pickles. Most of that happening in the 8-run third inning. 1-0 to Bryce Tilton. That ball is hit to right center field. Coming on and under it and making the play is the right fielder, Matt Starkovich. So the Rogues strand 1. Still lead 11-5. We head to the top of the 7th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Stick around. We got plenty of ball games still left. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 7th inning, your Rogues are on top 11-5. Malik Evans on in relief for the Medford Rogues. First pitch is low, ball 1. Malik Evans out of Springfield, Oregon, plays for Campbellsville University, a teammate of Ryan Kayota and Clay Valenzuela-Reese on the team. Next pitch in there for a strike to Xander Clark. 1-1 the count. Malik Evans has 4 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings pitched. Next pitch, curveball in there for a strike. Xander Clark nods his head like, okay, good pitch. 1-2 the count to Xander Clark, who for the first time today comes on with nobody aboard. That's got to be a big relief for Hogan and the Rogues. Next pitch is low, 2-2 the count. If you're just joining us on the broadcast, Xander Clark has only played 10 games. This is game number 11 for the Pickles. 548 batting average, 23 hits, 13 runs. That pitch is fouled off the third base side. In 10 games, 23 hits, 13 runs, 21 RBIs, 7 home runs, 3 doubles, and 5 walks. So, pretty good for the first 10 games is Xander Clark. 2-2 to him now. Malik Evans trying to shut him close. Another foul ball to third base side. So 3 consecutive third base foul balls. Count stays 2-2. Waiting on deck, Matt Hardy, who is 0 for 3. Xander Clark has a single and a double and then flied to right field. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Running the count full, 3-2. Malik Evans set, winds, deals, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Xander Clark goes down swinging.
Next up for the Portland Pickles.
Thank you, Lange family, for joining us on the live stream. So great to have you with us. So great to have all of you here on the broadcast. So that's 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Matt Hardy, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch from Evans. Slider that catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. Here's the next pitch from Evans. That one's low, 1-1. And going back to the conversation that we had in the other part of the earlier innings, as Malik Evans works quickly, that ball is fouled back, 1-2. You're absolutely right that all everyone wants to do is basketball, baseball, and football. And that if you want to move ahead in your broadcasting career, if you want to continue getting experience. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Malik Evans.
Next up for the Portland Pickles, tonight's morning sports.
That'll bring up Matt Starkovich, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. You're absolutely right that to get ahead in not to get ahead, but to continue broadcasting, continue getting those reps, you got to dip into some sports that you may not have initially thought you were going to get into when you started broadcasting or when you had the dream of being a broadcaster. First pitch from Evans, in there for a strike, 0-1. Just makes me all the more thankful to be here with the Rogues. Next pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Bringing you Rogues baseball. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast and on our Twitter and Facebook, the Rogues are the number 23 ranked team in the nation by SummerCollegiateBaseball.com. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Malik Evans. That last strikeout to Matt Starkovich was the K batter presented by Morton's Family Dining, which means that $3 beers at the ballpark till the end of the inning. Everyone's getting up out of their seats, heading to the beer garden.
for the 7th inning stretch.
They'll have plenty of time as we head to the 7th inning stretch here at Harry and David Field. Your Rogues are on top 11-5 over the Portland Pickles. You're listening to you're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rogues are on top 11-5 here at Harry and David Field. Pitching change for the Portland Pickles. On in relief, number 22, Dustin Reddish. First pitch is a strike to the leadoff man, Davis DeLorfis. Reddish out of Hopedale, Ohio, goes to Cuyahoga Community College. I hope I'm saying that right. 0-1 the count. That one is outside, 1-1. So top of the order for the Rogues. Davis DeLorfis, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, and Alex Isola. Here on Bark in the Park night at Harry and David Field. Pitch in there for a strike to DeLorfis. 1-2 the count. Another beautiful sunset at Harry and David Field. The clouds over the mountains off in the distance. Off in left field. Beautiful pink, purple, dark blue. Just an incredible sight to see. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit high and foul out of play off the first base side. Is that going to land in the berm? Nope, outside into the parking lot. Right near where Doug's famous Jeep is parked. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, Davis DeLorfis, top of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th. 11-5, your Rogues are on top. Here's the pitch. Swung on another high fly ball off the first base side. Is that going to land in the berm? Nope. Into the parking lot. Again, right near that Jeep. DeLorfis is 1 for 4 on the day with a single and a run scored. Good to know, Doug. I'll stop teasing you about it. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Nearly hits Davis DeLorfis in the helmet. He was hitting the helmet of last night's game on a slow pitch. This one was a little bit faster, but DeLorfis had time to get out of the way. That's Doug Parr with us on the live chat, the father of Nick Parr, the Rogues reliever, who likes to park his Jeep in the space offside the first base side. That ball in the dirt. 3-2 now. The count. So DeLorphis has worked the count full here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rogues on top 11-5. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Reddish. Swung on, that one's hit well, but again foul, again off the first base side. So a nice long at-bat for Davis DeLorphis. As he mentioned, something that he wanted to do. We interviewed Davis DeLorphis a few days ago. As the leadoff man, he's looking to take more pitches. Wear down the pitcher. Here it is. That one's outside, ball 4. So Davis DeLorphis has earned himself the leadoff walk. Walk just as good as a single. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese has reached every time today, reached on an error in the first, singled and scored in the third, then actually flew out to the first baseman in that third inning as well. So he's actually 3 for 4. 2 for 3, excuse me, if you include that error. And then walked and scored. So I'm all over the place. He's actually 1 for 2. Just been up a lot more than that. That one is skied, and I mean skied into shallow right field. Coming on, making the play, is the second baseman. So Valenzuela-Reese is retired as soon as I figure out what his line is for the day. And that'll bring up Alex Isola, the Iceman. Isola singled in the third, came around to score, then came back up to bat in that third inning. Hit a 2-run single, scoring Dante Gutierrez and Bryce Tilton. Here's the pitch from Reddish. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. Next pitch, again on the outside corner, again called a strike. Isola not too pleased with that. Isola, the starting catcher tonight for the Rogues, so he's had the best idea of what the zone is all game. 0-2 the count, 1 out. DeLorphis at first. Here's the pitch. That one's low. 1-2. That ball is hit softly. It's going to be through the right side of the field. Alex Isola dipped down almost. He swung that ball maybe. He swung at a ball maybe 4 inches off the ground. I mean, he just poked his bat at that thing. Flared it into shallow right field. Second baseman couldn't make a play on the ball. It's an infield single for Alex Isola. Advancing to third is DeLorphis. And that brings up Johnny De La Cruz. Third hit of the day for Alex Isola. Continues to swing a hot bat for the Medford Rogues. He did, Doug. He golfed it, as I'm sure Brian Schnee would tell you all. Brian Schnee is an avid golfer. Was actually at the big golf tournament in Connecticut. I'm not sure which one. I'm not a huge golf fan. That pitch is inside of De La Cruz, 1-0 the count. Watching, I believe it was Jordan Spieth and a few others play at that golf course in Connecticut. One of the reasons that he says it was one of the best weekends of his life. Check swing that he tapped, foul. De La Cruz mad at himself that the bat hit the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Rogues. DeLorphis at third, Isola at first. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rogues on top 11-5. 5 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors for the Pickles, 11 runs, 9 hits for the Rogues. Looking for more. Reddish is set. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back off the first base side. And we'll do this again, 1-2. Heroes is the new place for gourmet subs, wraps, salads, and burgers. People are really talking about how Heroes is the best sandwich shop in town. Go give them a try. Eat like a hero. Hero subs. 1 and 2 to De La Cruz. Waiting on deck, Jake Helwig. Reddish checks the runner at first. That's Isola. Looks over at third. There's DeLorfis. That ball is poked to second base. Over to the short for 1. Not in time to get De La Cruz at first, and DeLorfis comes home. So the Rogues cash in the leadoff walk by Davis DeLorfis. He scores his second run of the inning. Isola is gunned down on the force, and that'll bring up Jake Helwig. Jake Helwig doubled and scored in the second. Walked a run in the third, and then scored. And then had a walk in the fourth inning. So he's 1 for 2. That first pitch swung on, fouled back, out of play. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Johnny De La Cruz at second. Johnny De La Cruz at first. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Reddish, the right-handed pitcher, pitching to Helwig, the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And that one way inside, gets away from the catcher. De La Cruz is going to jog into second. Now, I'm not sure how Jake Helwig got away from that ball. I mean, he had to really get out of the way of that one. It was very inside. I'm not sure how it didn't hit him, but it gets by the catcher. Now they're going to have a quick conversation on the mound. Reddish and catcher Tate Budnick. Located just 5 minutes from the I-5 in Grants Pass, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions is the only place you need to go for the ultimate Rogue River experience. Jet through historic Hellgate Canyon, lounge at the exclusive OK Corral, and feast on all-you-can-eat homemade barbecue. Visit www.hellgate.com to book your experience today. 1-1 to Jake Helwig. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. De La Cruz at second, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Rogues on top, 12-5. Reddish looks back at second. De La Cruz takes his lead. Now comes home. That one is hit high, but it's going to be playable in right field. Going to be caught by the right fielder, Matt Starkovich. And that'll do it for the Rogues in the 7th. 1 run comes across. They leave 1 stranded. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Your Rogues are on top 12-5 over the Portland Pickles. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Fred Meyer. Thanks to our friends at Fred Meyer, the Rogues will offer specially priced family ticket packages for each of the Sunday home games. That's including this Sunday, July 2nd, against these Portland Pickles. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 fountain drinks, all for just $40, and 4 souvenir baseballs, all for just $44. And these ticket packages are only offered at each of the 3 Rogue Valley Fred Meyer stores. Don't miss out on the fun. It's Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. On the mound for the Medford Rogues, wearing number 38 this evening, Bobby Wood. Bobby Wood from Sunnyvale, California, plays for Mission College in his free time. Top of the 8th, 12-5, your Rogues are on top. First pitch from Wood, inside, ball 1. He's facing Cody Allen, the first baseman, Alec Layton, and Bobby Kinney. Bottom of the order for the Pickles. Here's the next pitch from Wood. That one is hit to left field. Coming on, not going to make the catch, is Clay Valenzuela-Reese. So Kinney is aboard with a leadoff single.
Next up for the Pickles, center fielder number 3, Alec Layton.
So leadoff man aboard for the Pickles. That'll bring up Alec Layton, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. I guess I have to own up to that bee sting. For those of you who aren't in the loop, Dante Gutierrez during the road trip where Brian was away on vacation. Next pitch, a great off-speed pitch from Bobby Wood that catches the outside part of the plate. 0-2 to Alec Layton. I was told, I swear I did not make this up, I was told that Bobby Wood had a bee sting. 0-2 the count to Alec Layton. Here's the pitch from Bobby Wood. Just high, 1-2. The Rogues come out to field balls for the the bottom of the inning. I'm not sure which one. I think it was the 5th inning in the first game. And all of a sudden, Dante Gutierrez just goes down on one knee and is grabbing his face. Not sure really what happened. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Wood. That ball is hit high and foul out of play. Here come the fans, and a great catch by one of the fans in the bleacher section. So he goes down without, not even in the there wasn't even a play happening on whatever happened. Up in the press box, I had no idea. 1-2 the count to Layton. Curveball that catches the outside part of the plate. A great pitch from Bobby Wood. Strike 3 to Alec Layton.
Next up for the Pickles, third baseman.
Gutierrez gets up, walks off under his own power. And when I see him later that day on the team bus, his eye is swollen. And I mean swollen. No bruising. It just looked like he had some horrible plastic surgery on just his left eye. It was swollen shut. Next pitch, in there for a strike. Another great off-speed pitch from Bobby Wood to Bobby Kinney. I was told it was a bee sting. I swear to God, I did not dream this. I did not pull this out of the ether. I was told it was a bee sting. Maybe as a joke, but that's what I was told. Comebacker to Bobby Wood, over to second, over to first, in time. The Rogues turn the double play. 3 up, 3 down for Bobby Wood and the Rogues. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues are on top, 12-5. We'll get the rest of that bee sting story in the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Most do-it-yourselfers know that if you do it yourself, you get more for your money. At No Frills Flooring, get the absolute best prices on carpet, vinyl, hardwood, laminate, natural stone, porcelain tile, and granite slabs for countertops. No Frills Flooring is a wholesale supplier of floor covering materials targeted to serving the construction industry and do-it-yourselfers. With a large selection of the most desired products available at the lowest prices, they want to help you with your project. Stop in one of their stores located on Ross Anley Drive in Medford or E Street in Grants Pass, or visit nofrillsflooring.com. When No Frills says more floors, they mean it. The Rogues would also like to thank our friends at Avista. Serving Medford since 1906, Avista has created opportunities, sparked imaginations, and fueled innovations. Today, as they celebrate more than a century of service, the folks at Avista are committed as ever to helping the communities that they serve to grow and prosper. Head to avistautilities.com today. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call with you today. Brian Schnee getting the night off. It's his birthday. Brian Schnee is 26 years old today. Connor Lowry stepping up for the Medford Rogues. First pitch to Connor Lowry swinging. That's hit high, foul, out of play. 1-0 the count. So, the bee sting story. I see Dante Gutierrez after that game. His eye is swollen shut. No bruising, just swollen. Here's the 0-1 to Connor Lowry. That one is a called strike on the outside corner. We actually have a pitching change for the Portland Pickles. Andrew Eppenbach is in from Claremont, California. Plays for Orange Coast College. Right-hander, 6'3", 185. I find out later from Jamie Flynn. Next pitch is off-speed outside, 1-2. I find out later that it wasn't a bee sting. Dante Gutierrez had a ground ball throw to him while the Rogues were just fielding before the inning. And it took a weird hop and hit him in the face. I don't know who to believe. You decide who you want to believe. Connor Lowry swings at that one, pokes it foul, out of play. 1-2 the count. So that's the running joke with the bee sting and Dante Gutierrez. A few days later, it definitely did turn purple. And it's better now. Obviously, Dante Gutierrez is out in the field. He's been back for a few games, swinging a hot bat, really. That pitch inside, 2-2. Maybe Dante Gutierrez was stung by a radioactive bee, and now he has superpowers. Just a thought. Again, just putting that out there. You at home, believe what you want. 2-2 the count to Connor Lowry, bottom of the 8th inning. Lowry leading off the inning for the Rogues. 12-5 on top over the Pickles. Here's the pitch from Eppenbach. That one outside, running the count full, 3-2. Waiting on deck, Jaden Hanna. Hear those dogs barking. Next pitch swung on, foul back again. Connor Lowry fighting to stay alive here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Bark in the park night here at Harry and David Field. Last I heard it was an unofficial count of 63 dogs, and there were still more to count. All to benefit So Humane, Southern Oregon Humane Society. Just a terrific cause. 3-2 to Lowry. That pitch is low. Ball 4. Lowry has earned himself a leadoff walk.
Next up for the Rogues, second baseman number 5, Jaden Hanna.
So that'll bring up Jaden Hanna. And we're actually going to have a pinch hitter for Jaden Hanna.
Josh Berman.
Josh Berman coming on to pinch hit for Jaden Hanna. Josh Berman, also from Clark Community College. Local kid from Medford, Oregon. Right-handed batter, 5'11", 195. Lowry at first, nobody out, bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch is high, 1-0 the count. The wind died down for a little bit, but it's picking up again. Blowing in from left field. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A big cut by Josh Berman. 1-1 now to Josh. Waiting on deck is the man at the center of the bee sting controversy, Dante Gutierrez. Here's the pitch from Eppenbach. Swung on and missed again. 1-2. Delorfus at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues on top 12-5 over the Portland Pickles. Game 1 of a 3-game series between these Pickles. Rogues will play tomorrow and Sunday, and then travel to Portland to face these same Pickles for a 3-game series on their turf over 4th of July. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Berman goes down on strikes.
Number 20, Dante Gutierrez.
And that'll bring up El Tortuga, Dante Gutierrez. Dante Gutierrez has 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a run scored in this one. First pitch to Gutierrez is low, ball 1. Gutierrez playing for University of San Diego out of Chula Vista, California. Bats left, throws right, 5'10", 195. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Not to say that the ball player that Dante Gutierrez reminds me of most, Adrian Gonzalez. Not only the Hispanic connection, but the fact that he plays for University of San Diego. Adrian Gonzalez was a local from San Diego. And the fact that he's a left-handed batter. And the stance is nearly identical. It's uncanny. Next pitch swung on and missed by Gutierrez. 1-2 the count. Dante Gutierrez also runs about as fast as Adrian Gonzalez. Don't tell him I told you that. But he didn't earn the nickname El Tortuga because of his quick feet. 1-2 to Dante Gutierrez. Lowry at first. That ball is hit well to left center field, but it's playable. That's going to be the left fielder, Xander Clark, makes the catch. And that'll bring up Bryce Tilton.
Next up for the Rogues, shortstop number 1, Bryce Tilton.
Bryce Tilton, 1 for 3 on the day, 1 RBI, 1 run scored, 1 walk. Batting .364 coming into this one. Here's the pitch. Low. Ball 1. Should Bryce get aboard, leadoff man Davis Delorfus waits on deck. Next pitch, called strike, 1-1 the count. (12-5), Rogues are on top. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs. Connor Lowry takes his lead from first. Here's the pitch to Tilton. That one's high. 2-1 now the count. Eppenbach gets the sign from Tate Budnick. And here's the pitch to Tilton. Running on the play is Lowry. That ball is high, and no one's in second. Oh! Close. Close play at second. That was interesting. The throw by Budnick was right on line. Lowry and the shortstop, Daniel Lopez, converged on the bag at the same time. Oh, we have some pre-4th of July fireworks, going on deep in center field, way off in the distance. The ball was thrown before anyone was at second base. However, Daniel Lopez, the Pickles shortstop, made the catch initially, but when he tried to apply the tag to Connor Lowry, he lost the ball. So Connor Lowry is safe with the stolen base. And that'll bring, Bryce Tilton still at the base, at the bag. 3-1 the count to Bryce Tilton. Connor Lowry at second. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues are up 12-5. Here's the pitch from Eppenbach. Swung on and missed. Running the count full. 3-2. Next pitch swung on and missed. Foul tipped. Caught by the catcher, Tate Budnick. That'll do it for the Rogues. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Your Rogues are on top 12-5 over the Portland Pickles. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We'll be back with the end of this one right after this. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the 9th inning, Rogues are on top, 12-5. On in relief to close this one out is DJ Wilson. Got back a little late, 1-2 the count. To the leadoff man, Colin Rubino. That pitch is low, 2-2. Here's the windup and the pitch from DJ Wilson. That one is hit to the shortstop, and it gets through Bryce Tilton's legs. It gets right under the glove, bounces off his foot into left field. Leadoff man is aboard for the Potters. Those of you scoring at home, we have a few defensive replacements. In left field is Caleb Smith. Staying in the game is Josh Berman. He's over at first. Clay Valenzuela-Reese is at second, taking over for Jaden Hanna. Rest is still the same. Tilton at short. Delorfus is at third. Lowry in center, and Helwig in right. Tate Budnick, the catcher, at the plate. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strike. DJ Wilson appearing in just 1 1/3 inning. Gave up a hit. No run so far. Pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Wilson from Campbellsville University, just like Malik Evans, Ryan Kayota, and Clay Valenzuela Reese. Right-hander with the sidearm, almost submarine-like delivery. That one's high, 2-1. Fireworks continue out in the behind center field, off in the distance, not close. But it illuminates the sky for a moment. 12-5, Rogues are on top. That ball is a chopped foul off the third base side. We'll do this again. 2-2 the count to Tate Budnick. We have a quick pause of play as that ball is corralled by, looks like that's Ryan Carl out there. Doing a great job as always. 2-2 the count to Tate Budnick with Colin Rubino at first. Nobody out, top of the ninth. Pitch is low, running the count full, 3-2. Check swing, called strike 3. Another strikeout for the Rogues pitchers. Another $10 donated access courtesy of Rogue Credit Union. Tate Budnick does not like the call. We have a pinch hitter for the Portland Pickles. That is number 44, and I am going to butcher this name, Kelechi Anyanwu. Maybe that was close. Kelechi Anyanwu from Portland, Oregon, attending Clark Atlanta University, steps in with a runner on at first, 1 out. First pitch from DJ Wilson is outside, 1-0. Next pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Or no strikes, excuse me, 2-0 the count. I shared with you in the live chat the link to Anyanwu's profile on Point Streak. You let me know how his name is pronounced. That one's a strike by DJ Wilson. Kelechi Anyanwu. Sounds right. I'm going to roll with it. 2-1, 1 out, top of the ninth. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that's golfed at, right at DeLorphis. No play at second, over to first in time to get Anyanwu. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth inning.
Next up for the Pickles.
Rubino advances to second on the play. That'll bring up Xander Clark, the big man on campus for the Portland Pickles. Pitch in there for a strike from Wilson, 0-1 to Xander Clark. Clark is 2 for 4 on the day with a strikeout, which actually drops his average down, if you can believe it. Next pitch from Wilson is low, 1-1 the count. One and one the count to Xander Clark. 2 outs, top of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Swung on and missed. A great slider from DJ Wilson. 1-2. One and two the count to Xander Clark. Colin Rubino at second. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Runs the count to 2-2. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, it's not your usual. It's not a Nick Parr, that's for sure, or a Taylor Frost for that matter. Xander Clark on the plate. That one is high, running the count full, 3-2. So a full count, top of the ninth inning. 2 outs, runner on second for the Pickles. Your Rogues are on top 12-5. DJ Wilson trying to close this one out and send everyone home. Bark in the Park night at Harry and David Field. All to benefit So Humane. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. Back out of play. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Xander Clark with a runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled up again, and out of play. Right by the press box. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows replaced or fixed, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. DJ Wilson trying to send this game home. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well to left field, but it's playable. Caleb Smith is there, closes the glove, and that is the ball game. DJ Wilson comes in the ninth inning, fires a scoreless ninth. Pickles were blanked except for that 5-run second inning. Final score, your Rogues on top, 12-5, their 21st win of the season. Portland Pickles fall to 13-15.
And the honor tonight goes to Alex Isola. He had a great night in the batter's box.
Final line for both teams, 5 runs on 7 hits, 4 errors for the Portland Pickles, 12 runs on 9 hits, no errors, a clean ball game for the Medford Rogues. Brett Walker, your winning pitcher tonight for the Medford Rogues.
Please have the designated driver. Please be a good neighbor and help keep Harry and David Field green this year.
9 strikeouts recorded between the Rogues pitching staff, which means $90 donated to Access, courtesy of Rogue Credit Union. Mary's Barbecue Player of the Game, Alex Isola, went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. For the Iceman, that's just another day at the office. We will be back tomorrow, pregame show at 6:25 p.m. First pitch, at 6:35 p.m. Back on the call, the 26-year-old Brian Schnee. I'm Jonathan Kerman. I've been with you for this whole game. It's been a pleasure bringing Rogues baseball to you at home. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:25 p.m. Pregame show, 6:35. First pitch for Game 2 against these Portland Pickles. For the entire crew here at the Medford Rogues, good night. Sleep well, Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.